It's the Christmas season again, a time of giving. And what's the best thing to give a heavy metal fan for Christmas, aside from, the music itself, but recommendations. Bands that they can check out, look up, and see if it could potentially become their next brand new heavy metal obsession. Last year we did something similar to this with the 12 Days of Heavy Metal Christmas, recommending more than 50 bands. And we're going to do it again this year, only in a bit of a different format. Instead of it being 11 days of 3 bands apiece, and then the last day having countless bands, this year we're going to do it in 5 top 10 style lists. Now, the list order means absolutely nothing. It's more so just to prove to you guys that there's 50 in all. It's going to be in 5 parts. This is part 1, and this is meant to be for both the brand new heavy metal fan, but also, and perhaps more importantly, for the seasoned vet looking for a couple of bands that may have escaped their grasp. So if you've heard of these groups, don't act smug. This might help somebody else. So let's go ahead and get started with the first part of the 50 heavy metal bands that you need to know. Our first band, at number 50, is Caladan. Now, they have one album to their name entitled Echoes of Battle, but this is atmospheric black metal that's at its finest. They have a lot of summoning worship that goes along with their own traditional breed of atmospheric black metal, and it's all based around the Malazan Book of the Fallen book series, which is absolutely excellent. Steven Erikson and Ian Esselman have built a huge world that is the source of all of the lyrical material that Caladan is able to possess, plus the band name is one of the characters within the series. This is absolutely essential for fans of summoning, so scope out this band. Number 49 is Heathen, and this is an old school thrash metal group that has definitely gotten some respect throughout the years, especially whenever they first came out, but they had a huge gap between albums. They have really that second wave philosophy where they were able to blend melody as well as the thrash metal bliss. Scope out an album such as Victims of Deception that you see up there. The song Prisoners of Fate sounds like a ballad, but it's absolutely exceptional. Number 48 is Astronoid. This is a band that's just given us their debut album here in 2016 in the form of Air. They have a post-metal kind of black gaze feel to them, and they have a little bit more of an alternative touch to go along with it. Think about what would happen if My Bloody Valentine decided to go a little bit more metal, and you have exactly what this band is able to possess. These guys are huge up-and-comers. You're going to want to get on this wagon immediately. Number 47 is Witherscape. Their brand new album, The Northern Sanctuary, has really set people on fire. Some people calling it their album of the year here in 2016. This is a Dan Swano project, so you know exactly what you're getting. A little bit of progressive, a whole lot of death metal, a lot of atmosphere, and just some killer musicianship. This band is certainly for you if you're a fan of Edge of Sanity. They take things one step further. Number 46, Hail Spirit Noir. Their brand new album is Mayhem and Blue, but the real album that set the course for this band to become kind of a big deal is their last one, Oi Magoy. Well, either way, both of these albums showcase that avant-garde black metal is a thing, and it's definitely exquisite. It's something that is becoming a bit of a trend in the heavy metal department, but the bands that are practicing it are still those ones that are doing it the best. Other bands such as Aeneon may also appear on this list later on in the list, I guess, not to sound redundant. But Hail Spirit Noir is one of the first primary discoveries that you'll get from this wave of avant-garde black metal, and they require your attention. Number 45 is an Abstract Illusion. Their album from this year, Illuminate the Path, is transformative. If you're a fan of Neobliviscaris, if you're a fan of Agalok, those two influences combined craft something that is truly magical. And these guys, basically all I can say about them is listen to their album. There are links to many songs or many examples in the description box for you to scope out. Scope out an Abstract Illusion and make these guys famous. They are still up-and-comers, but they should be really one of the up-and-coming legends as opposed to just an up-and-coming underground group. Number 44 is Cloudscape. These guys are long-running practitioners of power progressive metal, and their album from 2016, Voice of Reason, is a terrific point for a lot of new fans to begin, considering it gives you a really great embodiment of everything that they have sort of become while delivering it in a package with just powerful tracks. This band should not be slept on, and it's been slept on by too many people for far too long. Don't be one of them. Get into Cloudscape today. Number 43 is Tiamat. Now this will be one that everybody probably knows, or at least has heard the name, but Tiamat is absolutely transformative, especially with some of their early work. If you want to know where avant-garde or dark metal really comes from, or one of its real early ancestors, Tiamat is huge whenever it comes to influence, especially an album such as Wild Honey, which is the one that you see on the screen there. It's arguably the best album in their collection. Some people may argue one of their older albums, such as Clouds, but man, Wild Honey just has such great tracks, such fantastic musicianship, and absolutely transforms the listener's minds. Scope it out if you haven't already. Number 42 is Caricature. Oh my goodness, the Stampede EP from earlier in 2016 by this group is absolutely incredible. It's all based around a man and his cat, so you know it's got my heart warmed. I'm good friends with the gentleman who was able to make this album. He made a masterpiece. You need to scope this out. I hope that there are big plans for the future of this band, considering they are exquisite. A little bit of progressive, a little bit of death metal, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all that in a bag of chips. This band can literally do it all. And number 41, Ringworm. Ringworm Snake Church may be really top 10 material for here in 2016. These guys blend an aggressive form of grind that has a lot of, other influences as well. A little bit of metalcore maybe, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just a little bit of violence. The Human Furnace is probably one of the most destructive vocalists that you're going to hear in a band in this environment, and this album flies by because you're enjoying the destruction, the whirlwind that it occurs so damn much. There you have it. There's the first 10 in our journey. Stay tuned for the next episode of our voyage through 50 heavy metal bands that you should scope out this holiday season if you haven't already. If you have, then revisit them during this holiday season and remind yourself of their majesty. I'm coverkillernation, and until next time, take care and have a happy holidays. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the 12 days of heavy metal Christmas from last year, scope out the link to your left. The link to your right is the most recent album review, Rolling Stones of all people. Scope that out if you like. You can also subscribe and scope out my Patreon. Thanks again for watching, and have a happy holidays. Take care.